Hello. We are going to prepare our dresses for the Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service Little Dresses for Haiti service activity. So what we're going to do is we are going to make sure that the cutting portion of the dress is prepared ahead of time. So that way when we arrive at the event on January 18th, all we will have to do is proceed with the further steps. The cutting of the dress tends to be the most difficult part because it's a little confusing. And so I'm going to show you how to cut your dress, and then we will proceed with the rest of the dress on January 18th at the Martin Luther King Day service event. So we're using pillowcases to make the dresses, and as we know, there are two ends to the pillowcase. There's the closed end, and then there's the open end. So the open end of the dress is what we will use for the hem, because as you can see, there's a finished stitch at the bottom of the pillowcase. So that's going to be the bottom of your dress. So then we have the closed end. And what we're going to do now is we're going to match up our pillowcase with the pattern that was provided for you on the link. So the first step reads, cut off the sewn end of the pillowcase. So I'm going to take my scissors here and place my pillowcase on a surface, and I'm going to cut straight across. All right, cut off that end, and we're just going to put that off to the side. Alrighty. So the second step reads, fold pillowcase in half and cut armholes. Cut through all thicknesses about 4 inches down and 2 inches in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pillowcase and we're going to fold it in half the long way. So that way you see the part that you just cut off is at the top. And we're going to line up all of the edges so that they are even. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil and my tape measure and measure in 2 inches as it stated. And if you don't have a tape measure, a ruler will work just fine. So I'm making my 2-inch mark. And then I'm going to measure 4 inches down. And I'm going to mark mine at 4.5 inches just to make sure that there's enough armhole space for the individual wearing the dress. Okay, so I have marked my dress. So there's the 2 inches in, and there's the 4.5 inches down. Okay, going to replace my dress. Now there are 4 thicknesses. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the front and the back, and then we fold it in half. Therefore, we've got 4 pieces. And this is important because you have to cut through all of them at the same time to ensure that your dress is evenly cut. So we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to cut across the bottom first because I drew a line there. And then I'm going to make a little curve as I approach my 2 inches in. There we go. Alrighty. And the reason why I curved the armholes because you know that dresses and garments work better if they've got some human form to them. Alrighty, so once I open it, as you can see, there's an armhole on one side and an armhole on the other side, and we have maintained that finished edge at the end of the dress. So we've completed our steps in preparing the dress for the sewing event that will take place on Martin Luther King Jr. Day on January 18th, 2021. We look forward to seeing you, and please make sure you come ready to sew and have a good time sewing for others. Thank you so much.